Good morning, Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live here. Welcome to the new week, and there's some excitement to start off the week. We've got some breaking levels going on at the moment. Going to start with euro dollar and level I've been talking about for quite some while, last week especially. It's this 120 zone, and we were sitting just below at 119.90. And further on to the video last week, we learned that there was actually some big option plays going on, some barrier plays, one of them being what's called a DNT, or a double no touch. This means that there was two levels set, one at 117 and one at 120, where there were barriers. And for the strategy to pay out, the price has to stay within those two barriers. That's what we saw last week, or the latter part of last week, getting into this 119.90 zone and hitting ahead and getting sold off. And one of the other things we heard of, that this play was potentially put on by China and the PBOC. Now, we haven't heard of those for a long, long while. It's been quite a few years since we've last heard of those guys playing these DNTs. They used to play them quite often, as I say, way back sort of 10, 15 years ago. But they would be at fairly wide levels, maybe 500 to 1,000 pip difference between them. And when you heard about those, they were very good trades to front run and get in ahead of, because they would be defended stoutly. So there was talk that these DNTs were potentially played by China. I was a little skeptical, because it's not really their MO to have such a tight range. And also these trades were fairly short term. But they are what they are, and we knew about them. And the price action spoke for itself, getting into that 119.90 level and finding it tough to go higher. But this morning we walk in, and today we've got the break, and we've busted above 120 there. And you can see on the chart there, we've hit into the 50 fib at 120.27-ish. This level is, if you look on the shorter term chart, I'm looking at a daily chart here, but if you come down to maybe the hourly or the 4 hourly, we've got a little bit of a zone around this 120.30 level from the last time we were around here. But otherwise, we've got this fib here. We've got the break of 120, and we can potentially now push on towards the recent highs. You can see on the chart there, we've got the 100 DMA around 120.50, another potential speed hump in the way. But we've cleared this 120 zone. And if that holds as support now on any tests, then, as I say, we've got the potential to push on up, maybe hit up towards that 121 zone, and indeed further on to the highs. So that's why I'm looking at this pair at the moment. See how this 120 break reacts. If we do get that big support down on a test of 120, 119.90, that's potentially an indicator, signal to jump into a long if you're not in already, and play it higher. Now, I was playing short scalps off of this 120 area last week, and I flipped that this morning into a long on a stop reverse at 120.15. So I'm currently long and seeing where we go from here, with just as I'm speaking, getting through that 120.30 zone. So we'll see what we do from there. Now, the next pair I'm looking at, again, looking at decent levels, is dollar versus the yen. Looking at the 4 hour chart here, and a zone again that I've been speaking about previously, 108.00 to 30. The zone I was looking at as potential support. We came through the 30 level pretty easily, and too easily for my liking. But currently we're hitting this 108 even zone, about 05, 03 the low so far, and it's holding for now. If we do get a break under there, that's potentially spells more trouble for this pair, and we could see a deeper dip through the 107s. The next level underneath, again, looking at the fibs, is the fib of the year's move so far, which is down at 107.76, 77. That's going to be a level to look at, potentially a line in the sand. Get under that, and we've got the potential to go all the way down to the low 107s. Now, I've been in a long trade here since last year, since September last year. And I'm going to start hitting some of my stops if we get under this 108 zone down towards 107.70. I've been trailing my stops up on the various entries all the way down that I had to 103. So if we do break under 108, I'm going to start hitting some of those stops. But I'm also trying a long here into 108 just to see if we do find a bounce here. More of a scalp trade, but perhaps to roll it into my longer term positions. So lots going on this morning. Don't know where to start. Got to keep your eyes peeled on the charts. We'll see how the week progresses. ECB on Thursday, obviously, one for the euro. Other than that, I wish you luck for this week.